It is important for you to know that, and I'd like for each of you to finish the sentence.
For one, for some reason, I'm nervous.
Like, I received everything you said, but I was a little bit uncomfortable.
I wanted to publicly model giving expression of affirmation to people in their face as Black men because I feel vulnerable doing it. I want you all to feel comforted by or uncomfortable so that we can talk about that. Why do you feel uncomfortable?
I've become very used to wearing masks, so vulnerability isn't always the easiest thing. I know that there is a very vulnerable side of me.
Although I received a tremendous amount of benefit from studying, I missed a lot of being a kid.
Even though I had a superb, I had everything in my life, I'm still struggling with confidence and acceptance.
Masculine affirmation feels weird to me. I never really had that. And so to hear Carlton say all those things, like I hear like an unseen father saying that to me. And I'm like, man, this feels awesome, but it also feels foreign.
What they've invited you all to do by the courage that they exhibited, I hope that it's contagious. That you do the thing that even scares the hell out of you that you've been putting off. Open up yourself to the possibility of who you are in ways that you might not have before you walked in. I posed to 20 men in my life the question I'm about to ask you all. 17 of 20 responded. Their answer was, damn, nobody's ever asked me that. It's the most simple question in the world. It's the backbone of the work we do at Black Men Smile. Daring to allow yourself to think about the answer fuels the work that we do. And it is what makes you smile.
What makes me smile is when I see my children learning.
This right here makes me smile. There is nothing like being here with you, looking you directly in the eye, and being able to connect and touch you. Human connection, conversation.
Creating things makes me smile, whether it's something that works or not. Creating things seems like rebellion. Creating things seems like I'm not supposed to do this and I'm doing it anyway.
Unconditional love directed towards my way through acting when I find a role that I connect to and a character that I can love, a script that I can love, seeing love happen to other people. You can get caught up in, I wish I had that love too, but man, thank God that they have that.
What has stood in the way of your smile?
Me not being present. I'm never like, okay, thank you for the blessing of right now. Like, I'm always like, okay, cool, what's next?
I saw that at one of the Black Boy art shows that I actually attended. I saw you not smiling. The work that you're doing, you have a lot of reason to smile. You're creating that space for a lot of people to present themselves that may have not even been thought of.
Self-doubt. The idea that I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed to be doing something that makes me happy.
When I asked you what makes you smile, you said that creating things is like rebellion. It's like you're not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I immediately felt the tension between the first thing because you said what gives you joy is doing the thing that you're not supposed to do. What makes it difficult for you to smile is feeling like you're doing the thing that you're not supposed to do. What gives you joy is saying, I'm rebelling against the thing that I'm not supposed to do.
I was about to say something really positive. I was like, wait, I'm being a hypocrite because I felt the same exact thing. I felt, is this valuable? But hearing your story told and seeing your face, I know it's worth it.
The best advice you can give someone are the words you need to hear yourself. Classic, I'd like for you to look at CJ. Brantley, if you're willing, Josh, to be a mirror, what do you need to say to yourself? What do you need to hear?
You have a place in this world. The time you have dedicated to your craft has not been wasted time. You are loved. You are very special. You are talented.
It's okay to create. It's okay to be. It's okay to feel and to achieve and to attain and to grow and to blossom, to love, to share, to be exactly how you are. It's okay to not have everything right now. Your love is pure. What you create is nice. Your family needs you.
You have a family. You are a part of a family. And they are listening to you as you teach.
You have everything you need in order to be whatever you're supposed to be. And I'm sorry for everything. The neglect, rejection, sorry for not being there. I'm here, and I'm not going nowhere. Woo! The practice of talking to other people, connecting with other folks, but still talking to yourself is a powerful thing. It creates a lot of grace, a lot of understanding, a lot of compassion, and a lot of connection. A lot of my conversation is outward, to clients, to friends, to peers. And so to like talk to yourself is like very deep and very powerful. I need to create a more consistent relationship with my younger self.
I said that I'm struggling with confidence and acceptance. It really feels like that was a seed that I planted within myself from just looking at you, seeing myself in you.
What are the rituals, the mechanisms in which you reclaim yourself when you know that you're off?
Well, this may not be for everybody, but my wife, you come home and you're able to be vulnerable with her, and she still sees you as this beautiful being. A lot of men assume that, from me bearing my chest, that's a sign of weakness, but it's really a sign of strength. She's not going to push you away from you sharing your day or your weaknesses.
Listen to what this brother said, because it might be something you want to do.
Vulnerability isn't always the easiest thing. I know that there is a very vulnerable side of me. And I also want everyone to know that there's a beautiful black woman in this room who has helped bring that side of me out. And I want to thank her for that. Just this idea of being a man, being a black man, how everyone will perceive you, how you need to come off to other people, has built up some walls that I'm actively working to break down.
My father was very stoic. He hurt my feelings a lot because that's what I knew. That's what I did too. Move on. I ain't got time for it. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. It was an eye-opener to me that this could be done.
I'll give you all the story. This morning, my son was having a moment. I'm feeling what my father showed me. I can see what his father showed him, and then it all comes to that moment. What am I going to show my son? And instead of put your big boy pants on or whatever and just push through it, like actually getting down to his level on my knees. So I would have to look up at him, just letting him know that it's okay and I'm right here in this space with you even as you're frustrated.
In my day, and I'm 64, if a man's talked about crying, something wrong with it. We won't say it a lot of time, but we need that pat on the back. We need it. And y'all have expressed it, and that's why I say y'all brave men.
There's a certain separation in our community between people who are 22 and 42 and 62. Conversations and even artistic installations and expressions are extremely important for people like me who were raised like me.
I spent a couple years in therapy, and what I realized is that I was hiding behind my success. I was hiding behind some things I just have natural abilities to do, but I wasn't loving myself worth a damn. I allowed things to happen because I, in some ways, didn't appreciate or value fully who I was, and I was afraid of rejection for a long time. I went in and said, I am, for the first time in my life, going to tell myself and this woman the truth about everything. I don't care how ridiculous I sound. I don't care how weak I sound. I don't care how embarrassing it is. I don't care how incriminating it is. Everything that comes out of my mouth is going to be the truth. But once I turn that page, oh, it's a wrap. Best thing I ever did. I love myself more than I ever have in my life. And now I can have some solid real relationships.
Carlton, our relationship as friends and brothers drastically improved the moment you held me accountable. He said, say, bro, hit you later isn't a real time. I'm kind of a man of my word, so I'm kind of expecting you to be the same. I took it as you valued me, but you also had to let me know what you need for me to really be your friend. It helped me reevaluate my word to everybody else around me, and now I require the same.
Carlton told me in a text message one day, he was like, if we're going to continue this friendship, I need to let this, and this be known. And I swear I went to the corner. I'm like, this motherfucker just like, wait a minute now. But yeah, I really appreciate that accountability, and we got to uplift other brothers with being accountable as well. So thank you, my guy. Thank you.
It wasn't always the case. When I began to acknowledge and accept and appreciate that I could set boundaries and that was an act of self-love and demand others to do the same, it started with me living into my own, though. I was hypocritical. And Josh and I got stories too. But I do it because I love myself, man.
I want to redefine like what people think is a teacher, like a mediocre job, so forth and so on. And in me doing that, like, yeah, I done created this 5-lesson plan, like, ooh, culturally relevant, yeah. And then it's like this little whisper in the back of your head, you just a teacher. Why you going so hard? You don't have no big following. Who cares how hard you teaching this child, and who cares how hard they getting it? I try to tell people I look at my profession like LeBron looks at his. But then it just continues to creep in my mind. Are they getting it? Is this even what they need to know? Dang, I really dropped the ball just then. I ain't no good teacher. I ain't a good father. Because you find yourself like making mistakes, and as humans, we focus on the mistakes.
Bro, today, you were able to push through those insecurities and those things that may be going on in the back of your head. That's what courage is.
Being a teacher is so important. I love teachers. I affirm teachers I went to high school with on Facebook all the time. Like, I enjoyed being in your class. It meant something to me. It's powerful even if you touch one person. Once you let that go, you can move forward. You can float, basically. You can fly. You can do whatever you need to do.
Let's just give a round of applause to teachers just in general during this season. This is a difficult season to be a teacher.
What has been a secret for me to down days has been living with a constant state of gratitude, because the universe doesn't know, it's just doing its job by assigning things to where they belong. So if you're constantly grateful, the universe will in turn give you things to be grateful for. If you're complaining, the universe says, oh, he likes to complain. Let's give him some things to complain about. Being overwhelmingly thankful for seemingly infinitesimal things